let it out.
It was quiet.
Start off the show with a fart.
It was silent but deadly.
All right. Well, Jawn Street Podcast, episode 60. Didn't expect this to be the episode 60, but it is.
Well, I mean,
Zach,
that's how numbers work.
Zach, how
60 would come after 59. You should have expected it, to be fair.
We are
This is
24
the Chuck
hours.
Bednarik episode.
We're 24 hours removed from the Philadelphia men's professional football team. How pissed off are you guys?
Oh, I'm fine.
I'm okay now.
What do you mean?
I
you're fine?
disconnected myself from like sports. I'm waiting for them to let me down, so it doesn't hurt anymore. I expect it. It's fine. Who cares?
Are you just gonna have this ho hum attitude this whole show? I was kind of hoping for fireworks.
I got some M80s over there.
Come on, Zach. Let it all out.
I know it's built up, bottled up inside.
I got a bunch of stuff bottled up inside. I don't need it wasted on sports. I gotta settle that for like actual real life stuff.
Well, let some of it out. Let some of it out for
I'm scared what's going to be your outlet.
This should be the outlet.
Turn
This
on
should
the
be the
news
outlet.
in like a year.
This should be the outlet where you can just let it out.
Oh no.
Come on, Zach. I want you to talk to me. This isn't a podcast. This is a therapy session.
Yeah, you know what I did when I went to therapy? I kept it in therapy too. I didn't tell the therapist shit.
What's wrong? Nothing.
It's like I'm fine.
Why are you here? I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was like the one scene from Good Will Hunting where they just didn't talk for a whole episode. I was just sitting there with my legs crossed, like, so can I get the fuck out of here or what? So you a virgin or what?
So it was
Throw
like
me
a
on the casting
Step
couch,
Brothers
doctor.
therapy scene.
I walk in and I'm mixing up my scenes.
You are.
I don't know. I don't walk in an SS uniform. That was the lawn mowing scene
Yes.
with his brother.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen Step Brothers. Or so you can't really say Step
was watching it
Brothers
like 2
these
days ago.
I think it's something else.
You give
There's
us a
so
little
many more
privacy.
Step Brothers movies on the
He
internet now.
just died. He just died last night.
Dude, that movie holds up so well. I laugh every time.
It's so good. He's like, listen.
Comedies from like the 2000s are always fun to go back and look at because
That
all
might be,
those offensive jokes that you could get away with back then.
that might be
it's
one.
just-
That might be
it's
one of
just
the
good
best
fun stuff.
comedies ever.
It's up there.
So goddamn funny.
It's so goddamn funny. He's like, you want to see something? I've only shown 3 people ever. Shing. He goes, you see this black smudge? What the fuck is that? He goes, you know whose autograph that is? It's Randy Johnson. Or Randy Jackson. Sorry,
Yeah.
fuck.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Jackson. He goes, why the fuck do you have Randy Jackson's autograph? Because it's the only thing I had on me. And I'm not going to not get his autograph.
He signed the ball. I got the ball that he killed a bird with. There's an alternate
So
universe where you
good.
got a Randy Johnson
Dude, he's
baseball.
so
Or you got a
good.
Randy Johnson
Where he's like,
signed.
You guys, he's like, you're going to move
Microphone.
out. You jagaloons. And he's just like, you take your liver spotted hands off my mother. She's a saint.
Those are the conversations going on in the Eagles locker room right now.
Yeah, it should be.
I think the infighting has started.
No.
Starting to turn on the coach.
So, okay.
Who are you most mad at after the game last night?
Probably Vic
If you had to
Fangio.
target one person.
Vic Fangio or Nick Sirianni.
Hmm.
It was Saquon for a while, and then I was like, well, I mean, how
That's
many,
just-
how many
can't-
all-purpose yards did the guy have?
You
He
can't be
made
mad
one
at
drop,
Saquon.
and they're the ones who made the play call.
You can be mad at
You got to
Saquon.
make the catch.
You have to
but
catch that football.
But no, you have to run the ball. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Look,
Yes.
10
yes
times
and,
out of 10,
yes and no.
he makes that catch, and the play call is genius. And when it doesn't work, you're the biggest fucking doomba on the East Coast.
No. So obviously they know they're going to run the ball, so they're going to crowd the box. I get it. The play call was fine. The more I think about it, I don't hate the play call, especially because
If it worked,
Saquon-
absolutely not.
Saquon Bar and it did work. Saquon
It
just
could have gone
didn't-
for a touchdown.
Saquon just didn't catch the ball. That was the most butt naked, wide open Saquon Barkley's been in his entire life.
Which is probably why he was nervous. And the coaches should have taken that
His
into
entire
account. He's
life.
not used to being
He
that
probably
open. He's been
he was
playing for
never
the
that. I
Giants.
doubt he was that open in fucking like in Allentown when he played at Whitehall in high school.
Dude, the last time he was that
I
open,
doubt he was
Pop
never
Warner.
that wide open in Penn State. He was definitely not that wide open in fucking New York.
Pop Warner.
This is the one time in his entire existence he's been so fucking, like I said, butt naked, wide open. There was no. He was so wide open.
Careful
he was
when
so
you-
wide open. Catch the fucking football.
You got to be careful how you use the term butt naked. P. Diddy trials going on.
Catch the fucking football. Everybody catches that football. Zach, everybody catches. You catch that football.
I mean, I don't drop shit unless the
Zach
sun's in
catches
my
every
eyes.
football.
You
Unless
catch
the
the
sun's in my
football.
eyes.
Dean catches that football.
No, we'll see.
Why did they call you up?
Jesus Christ.
You're taking over the Will Shipley role.
But
You might have to.
I don't hate the play call because it was right there. You had 10 out of 11 guys
Yeah.
run that play.
Yeah, if it works, then
It
they're
was
like,
a perfect
oh,
play.
genius play call.
It was a genius play call. It was a perfect play. All 10 out of 11 guys ran it to perfection. The quarterback threw a fucking perfect throw, and it hit him right in the fingers. He just,
I just wish during that
Just
interception
did
at the end
not
we would have gotten like the Chiefs
catch.
treatment and gotten like
just did not
holding
catch.
defense or something.
Well, so wait, was it the play before where they didn't get the offsides?
No, it was that play.
But it was what?
What game
It
are you
was
talking
that
about?
play, and then they ran it, and that was.
Yes.
Oh, really? I thought it was the play
Yeah.
before.
No, it was the third down because they were trying to get a hard count because I needed 3
Yeah.
yards. So that video, I don't know. Did you see the video I put in our group chat?
Well, didn't no, because they took a timeout afterwards, and that's when Sirianni yelled at them.
Yes, and it was the same play call.
Oh,
It
okay.
was the same
Yeah.
down. So
Yes.
they broke. Did you see the video breakdown that I put in the group chat, Zach?
No,
Okay, so
I'm going in.
when Sirianni flipped out on the sideline, they showed the play call. They showed the play. They broke the huddle late, got to the line to try to make Atlanta think, okay, we got to go. Like, we got to go now. And they were trying to hard count them. All right, so they tell them, don't move. Neutral zone infraction. You're going to get you need 3 yards, game's over. Hard count. Who's the guy that jumped?
Judon.
Matthew Judon, neutral zone, and everybody on the left side is just completely still. Nobody flinches back. Nobody makes a move to try to sell it a little bit. Jumps across, jumps back. Sirianni then calls the timeout. It was Dallas Goedert who was in motion, ran across, saw Judon jump, pointed back at Judon, being like he jumped. Dickerson never moved. Mailata never moved. Nobody moved. And Goddard saw it. Sirianni calls a timeout. You see Goddard like throw his hand down, and he's just like, fuck. Sirianni, then you see him look at the ref and go, he fucking jumped over there. And then he like took his headset off, and then he started screaming. You can read his lips. He started screaming at the line. He's like, get your fucking head in the game.
I think he might have been yelling at Fred Johnson. I think Fred Johnson was like an extra lineman over there or something.
Yeah.
He was
You
just
get that
reciting
call.
Troy Bolton from High School
Because
Musical.
if you're in your stance, right, and he jumps over and you just flinch a little bit, you're going to get the call. You're going to get the neutral zone infraction call.
No.
You gotta
There's too
get
many
5
things to be
yards.
mad
You get
about.
your first down.
Game.
That's the game. That's the fucking football game.
There was already too many things to be mad about. I can't add this on top of the rest of the things. I mean, the 46 yards on 2 passing plays. I mean, they went down the field in what, like 40 seconds?
Less than.
I was actually kind
was
of
a
relieved
minute-
about
there
how
was a
quickly
minute
they
and, like,
scored. 'cause I was
five-
like, dude, we
there
got
was-
2 timeouts. We got
There was a
34
minute
seconds.
and 5 seconds
Hit the ball
left,
at
and
the
they
30
got
at the
down.
30-yard line.
They
We
got
have
down
plenty
to-
of time to go down here, and then Hurts threw up an arm punt.
Yeah, but I don't
Yeah,
care. about
I
the
don't know
arm
why I
punt.
threw that.
I don't care about the arm punt. The arm punt should never even happen because of the plays that culminate. And there was a lot of shit that went into this game of why they shouldn't fucking. Are we AJ Brown merchants? Is this team just not good?
Well,
Yeah, they
how
really
many
are.
yards does Dallas Goedert have through 2 weeks? Like 60? 60
Um,
receiving yards through 2 weeks? Something like
So,
that?
okay, yeah. So
John
where should we start about or getting pissed off about it happening?
Uh,
Where should we start?
let's
Because
start
we'll
at the
start and we'll
beginning.
just go through it all.
Okay.
let's
Which side of the
start
football do you
with-
want to start? You want to start on the offense? This team
Yeah,
can't
start
do a
with the offense.
goddamn
Start at the
fucking
beginning.
thing without AJ Brown, which is
Okay.
crazy. Can anybody get
Well,
open?
Let's start at the most pressing issue, and then we'll go to the most minute things. So
Okay,
we'll
you wanna
start
start
with
defense?
pass rush. Start with the pass rush.
Pass
Okay.
rush.
Start with El pass rush.
Okay, stinks.
It's very stinky. Very stinky
It's very
pass
poo-poo.
rush.
Very
Did you see
poo-poo.
Bryce Huff getting stonewalled by a
Poo.
tight end for like 5 seconds?
The backup tight
Yeah,
end?
a white
Yeah.
tight end, and I don't even know.
There was
his
a
name
play.
was.
There was a play on Twitter.
That dude stinks.
There's
That
a
dude
play
super
on.
stinks.
There's a play on Twitter that says, "Believe it or not, this was not Bryce Huff's worst play of the game."
No, where
He
he fell
starts off.
down.
He starts off on the edge, ball snaps, and he falls over like a fucking statue. No one touches him. He just falls flat like a pancake.
I need to like watch highlights of him. I've never seen him.
He
Like
was not an every down back
play
or
before.
an every down edge rusher. He was like a third down guy.
Somehow he had like
Maybe
10
he can play
sacks
D-
last
Maybe
year.
he can play back now.
He had like
Which
10
makes you
sacks
think-
Drop
last
him into
year.
coverage. We have an extra linebacker.
How did he get 10 sacks last year?
One,
Oh, no.
where's Josh Sweat?
He's
not
number
getting-
19 coming off the
he's
edge.
not
He looks
getting-
kind of like J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You
He's-
got to really look out for it, though.
He's
made
not
one
getting
nice
brought up
tackle.
enough.
He made one nice tackle in the first quarter.
One tackle. That's all he has through 2 weeks.
Josh Huff also had an assisted tackle. I believe it was
Bryce
on
Huff.
the
You
same
called him
play
Josh
that,
Huff again?
Did you just call Bryce Huff?
I don't give a shit.
No.
Who cares?
That's false. Bryce Huff has 0 stats through 2 games.
He has
0.
one assist through 2 games. He does.
Yeah, I think
Maybe
he
in
has
the first,
one
yeah, in the
assist.
first game. In the first game.
I know because Dean and I saw it, and we were ecstatic. We were like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah,
arrived. And
it was his last
and
game.
In week 1.
Definitely.
No, it was this game.
No, he doesn't
It,
have
it was
stats.
like it was. I think he had like an assisted tackle.
He has no stats.
I'm telling you. It's not a big deal. I'm just telling you. He has one assisted tackle,
Yeah.
and it was last game.
No.
It's,
If
it's-
you
who ca-
look-
who cares?
I'm telling you right now, if you just Google Eagles and you look at the fucking stats, he's not even on the list.
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not important.
He doesn't have a
Yeah.
single stat through 2 games.
Yeah.
He's a
he was
thief.
near a tackle then.
$53 million. I can suit up right now, and I promise you I cannot do worse than him at the edge rush. It's impossible for me to do any worse. Why can't I make
Yeah.
$53 million being an edge rusher for the Eagles?
Well, you could like actively tackle your D lineman and create a bigger hole for the running back.
For their
That
running
would
back?
technically-
Yeah.
that would technically be doing worse.
You want to talk about
Yeah.
the fucking pass rush can't get there? Can we stop the run? Is Jordan Davis good? I don't think so.
It's not looking like it.
You want to know what he is? Remember the whole offseason? Oh, he's in so much better shape now. Ready? That's like watching Ben Simmons fucking fucking
Yeah.
workout videos.
They got me every time. They really did.
They're the
Got
same
me
thing.
every time.
They worked
about
on me
all
like
their
2 or
edge
3
rushers?
times.
Nolan
Jordan
Smith
Davis
looked
being
like
in
a
the
bust.
fucking telling you how great in shape
Yeah.
he is. He's ready to fucking take the next step. That's like watch Ben Simmons shoot a fucking jumper on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Ben Shittens.
Same, yes. Nolan Smith,
But
where's he? What does he do?
They should
I don't know.
they should all be sharing the number 0 for the. amount
Where's
of pressure
Devin
they've
White?
had. Where's Devin White? I
Devin
think
White alive?
he was
Devin White,
scratched.
like
Why?
disease,
For what reason?
No.
cancer, maybe.
He's a
Might
healthy
have
scratch.
cancer.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
Maybe you put Devin White where put him at edge. Maybe he can do a little bit better than Bryce.
Oh my God.
I mean,
At what
Brandon
point
Graham
do-
had to play like the entire game.
Yeah.
And he almost got a
2024.
sack.
In 2024, the best defenseman on the Eagles is
Ivan
500-year-old
Provorov.
Brandon
Yeah.
Graham.
It's not
Right.
great.
Well,
I would
don't know.
argue Milton Williams.
Milton Williams. I mean,
Milton Williams is fine.
Milton Williams had a good
Jalen
play,
Carter's just
at
like
least.
Well, Jalen Carter is the only player.
Jalen Carter's
that
getting
gets
double
teamed.
teamed the entire
Well,
time.
He gets
they
double-teamed
double
every
team him.
single
They don't have to
game.
worry about anybody else because nobody else is
Yeah.
getting even close to the quarterback.
Yeah.
So like we'll just put all of our pressure on this guy and Bryce Huff. We'll put our
Our backup
we'll put our
tight end.
slot we'll put our slot receiver on him to block him. We
He
give
got
him-
Bijan Robinson chip blocked him and he fell.
He may just not be.
It
very
seems
good.
like he just has like no pass rushing moves. Like
I just
Reddick
don't
at
think he's very
Reddick at least
good.
had like a couple moves he could use. This guy
He's
just
got-
like can't really do anything.
This guy, he stinks. This guy
Okay.
stinks.
I need to watch his highlights from last year and see like how he got 10 sacks.
Well, right
He's
now.
How did he do it?
I'm
He's
guessing
thief.
their Jets had a good defensive line,
Howie
and
Roseman.
he was getting easy matchups or something.
Howie Roseman needs to come out with a "Hey, my bad, Philly fans. You owe us an apology."
I mean, well,
He
Hassan
needs to
Reddick's
be
not
on
going to
the
play for
phone.
anybody apparently.
He needs to be on the phone with Joe Douglas right now, talking about getting Hassan Reddick back here.
For Bryce Huff, you
Do
have
we
to do
have,
something.
do we have money for
Ain't
Hassan
taking
Reddick?
Bryce Huff back.
I don't care. I
Nobody
do not
wants
care.
Bryce Huff.
I bet you right now, if you put a GoFundMe out to pay for Hassan Reddick,
Yes.
we'll
We
get
will,
it done.
we will purchase a pass rusher.
The city will get it done in an hour.
And then we pocket that money.
No, if you put a GoFundMe from you just put out GoFundMe right now, however much Hassan Reddick wants, I bet you the whole Delaware Valley will fucking buy
Yeah.
him.
Exactly. I bet we could scam a bunch
Are
of people.
NFL teams allowed to
We could
use
really
that
get a really good
on their
payday.
payroll?
I don't care. 1 year.
Figure
How
out
much
a
does
way.
he want? How much does he want a year? Like
Probably,
7?
probably like 20 million.
Think we can't do that?
Whack Bryce Huff on the back of the head.
Do it pretty fucking close.
And then give him the money you're giving him, and plus a little bit more.
Can we just trade Bryce Huff back?
I don't think the Panthers want Bryce Huff.
Dude, it's so bad. Then you want to talk what else on the defense you want to talk about, Zach? You talk about the cornerbacks?
During that last drive, yeah.
During that last drive, I'm not even going to blame them.
Because I'm
not even going to blame Slay.
Throughout the whole game, they kind of did what they've been doing, what the Eagles have been known for, that bend but don't break thing. Until they fucking snap like a twig.
Then let's start there. That bend but don't break thing. We've been saying that since fucking Jonathan Gannon, right?
Well, I was saying if I was a Falcons
Jim
fan,
Schwartz.
I would be very concerned about how quickly they scored, just because of how much time we had when we got the ball back.
Yes.
It was so pathetic that it actually could have hurt the Falcons in the long run. But thank God, because that last offensive possession for the Eagles. That makes my blood boil a little bit.
You know
but
what?
That defensive possession overall was just.
And as much as it pisses me off, what do I expect anything different? No, we've been running the same defense since Jim Schwartz, same defense with Gannon, same defense with Desai and Patricia. It's the same bullshit. Now we got the father of that defense. Nothing's changing, and I expect something to change, and that's what it's called, insanity. But I can't blame the cornerbacks.
Stop expecting change.
I can't blame Slay.
This is why I'm so mellow.
I can't blame Slay, and you got me all fucking riled up now.
I can blame him for that last drive. That was fucking horrible.
Okay, that last
he even
drive,
said himself he got caught looking in the backfield.
He did.
Yeah, but it's cool. He was all smiles after the game, dapping up Drake London. Good route, kid.
He always is.
Not what I want to hear.
Okay, what do you want them to do? Fucking cry? Like, I get whatever.
Yes.
Here's the thing.
I
can't blame them as much as I want to, because I don't expect them. I can't expect them to have to fucking play man and cover for 2 minutes straight, while statue of a Kirk Cousins has 24 hours in the pocket before he needs to throw.
I'm just saying it went very well throughout the entire game up until that last possession when they were playing 15 yards off the ball. Just do what you've been doing all fucking game. And they stopped doing it, and they scored in 65 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, they'd only given up 15 points.
Yeah.
Remember, we were talking about how fucking bad the defense was in the first half. It's like, oh, we're up 7-6.
Yeah, they only allowed fucking 6 points.
Game. Yes.
And it was a boring-ass game up until the last 60 seconds.
Yeah, when I didn't want it to be exciting.
To watch.
Dean, I kind of teased.
Definitely leans more last year's Eagles so far than 2022 Eagles.
It's absolutely a concern. I'm absolutely concerned.
Jalen Hurts look like 2022.
Saints are going to put up 75 points on us.
Except for that last throw, that looked like 2023 Hurts.
But here's what Dean, I was teasing you this before Zach got on. You know what that last minute felt like?
What?
A perfect recap of that last minute.
The Phillies
was
in LCS Game 6 and 7?
Game 6 and 7 at home.
Yeah.
Really?
A little bit.
Wow, that was the easiest guess because that's exactly what I was thinking of when it was happening. Because I could feel it. I could feel it happening. I was like, we have all.
Yep.
There's no reason we should be nervous. Because you take any other team and put them in that scenario, they probably just force like a 4-and-out.
Yes. But then my other comparison,
at the very least, they score. A little bit of effort is required to go the whole way down the field and score a touchdown. It required absolutely zero effort, though.
Yeah.
Disturbingly little amount of effort. It looked really easy. Like you could have thrown Bryce Young out there, and he would have probably engineered a touchdown drive. And Bryce Young's 4'2".
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Correction. Nolan Smith was the one who got chip blocked by.
Yeah, Nolan Smith and Bryce Huff are pretty much just the same player right now.
Yeah. Well, I saw this comparison on Twitter that I wanted to say here about Bryce Huff. You know who Bryce Huff is? And I can't find the tweaks. I want to give him his props.
Josh Huff without a handgun.
No. Bryce Huff is the Nnamdi Asomugha of Byron Maxwell's.
The Nnamdi Asomugha of Byron Maxwell's. And
both those things are bad.
That hurts my brain just thinking about how. What are you saying?
That's just like the worst of the worst.
So Bryce Huff is the Nnamdi Asomugha of Byron Maxwell's.
So out of all of the Byron Maxwell's, right?
And Bradley Fletcher's.
So out of all of the Byron Maxwell's, there's a Nnamdi Asomugha.
But they're both dog shit.
And Bryce Huff is that.
You could just say he's like the Nnamdi Asomugha of the Eagles right now.
No. He's
I
not,
don't know
but
what
he's
that
not of.
means.
He's not the Anandi Asama of the Eagles. He's the Nnamdi Asama of the fucking Byron Maxwells.
What does that even mean?
I see.
D
I
knows.
don't.
D
I
knows
don't
what
see
it
it
means.
all. You're just twisting my brain around.
Yeah.
That statement makes synapses ain't firing.
His simple mind can't understand you.
I would understand if you just said he's the Byron Maxwell of the 2024 Eagles, or
But
he's
he's
the
not.
Nnamdi Asomugha of the 2024
He's the Nnamdi
Eagles.
Asama of the Byron Maxwell. Simple Jack.
I don't
Mhm.
get what you're trying to say here. I get that they both suck, but I don't get how one is the other somehow.
The shittiest
I
part
get that they're both shitty
of
players, but
the
why
shittiest
compare them like
player. He's the shittiest player of a team of shittiest players.
that? Okay, I mean they didn't play together.
Jesus fucking Christ. Whatever. I think you're doing. I think this is a bit.
Anything to get your temper up, sweetheart.
I think you're doing this as a fucking bit. I'm not having it right now.
Just give up.
You had a little bit of it.
Trying to rile you up.
I'm already riled up. I'm talking about the fucking Eagles.
I almost set the set the hook there. I was about to reel you in.
Oh yeah. Did you hear the what is it? The Scott Van Pelt curse.
What's
Oh,
that?
when he said it appears it will be the home team, and they were talking about
Yeah.
the show after the game, talking about the winner. Yeah.
Yeah. He was on the sidelines.
So that's happened before.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like he
Curse,
he
that's
cursed
happened
us this
before.
time.
Okay. So I guess
Yeah.
the Scott Van Pelt curse is a thing now.
Well,
That's something that's the one thing. It's funny you mention that because that's the one thing that I can visualize in my head. I can see him just saying, "It appears it will be the home team." Back to you
Yeah.
guys, and I was like,
Yeah.
"We're totally going to win this game." And
Yeah,
that's
they
the
were-
one thing I
the
keep
Eagles-
going
the
back to.
Eagles
It's not
were
a
snake.
play. It's Scott Van Pelt on the field. He wasn't on the sideline. He was slightly on the field. I can
Yeah.
see it clear as day.
yeah, the Eagles were also snake bitten. All of the
Were they?
announcers, everyone picked the Eagles.
I think they snake bit themselves. I don't believe in any of that shit.
All right. Well, okay. Since we talked defense a little bit, you want
There's
to go
no
offense,
such thing
Zach?
as superstitions.
You want to talk about what pissed you off about the offense?
Well, it appears that they're slow starters again, Dom.
The first half of Jalen Hurts. That's what pisses me off.
Remember 2022 when they were fast starters and then they wouldn't score in the second
Yeah.
half because it was a blowout?
Mhm.
They've
Mhm.
gone right back to 2021 form. And last year they just kind of didn't score ever.
Yeah.
2021 they were fast finishers, kind of like me.
But Zach, I thought the offense was good this year. I thought we had all these weapons. I thought I was told that the offense runs through A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert. Am I wrong?
Well, for obvious reasons, it did not run through A.J. Brown yesterday. I was expecting more of a 140-yard game for Devontae Smith yesterday.
No,
The
but Britton
passing game was
Covey.
the
got
running
6.
game, when they actually did it, was effective. And then they went away from it.
Yeah,
Dean and I
they
were watching that one drive where Saquon was ripping off 10-yard run after 10-yard run. And
Yeah.
then Kenny Gainwell comes in the game. It stagnates. They go for it. They don't get any points.
Yep.
I was like, can't you just feel the energy
But
shift?
you can't forget about the 3 consecutive passes to the sideline for Britton Covey.
Well, I remember he had
6
one good one. And
He got 6 targets.
Yeah, I believe 2 of them were called back for ineligible man downfield,
Yeah.
which
Oh, then
is
he got more.
my most infuriated penalty. That particular call gets me all hot and bothered.
Yeah. They were like
I
featuring
hate that
him in the
call
red
so
zone.
much.
That is coaching. That is a Nick Sirianni issue right there.
So there's
You
been
just don't. And what's crazy is you know, and I know exactly which ineligible man downfield, the RPO, where they were, where he threw it to Covey,
They don't call it any other
it's,
team.
because
Yeah, I
everyone
think
on the team is expecting it to be a run.
they
but he
had
passes
3.
it.
They had 3. So there's 10. There's been 10 instances of an eligible man downfield, right? I think the Eagles have 4 of them.
Yes.
3 or
Yeah.
4 of them. So it's
It was a Jason
clearly
Kelsey
a whole lot of
special.
other teams don't have a massive issue with this. I also hate the penalty. I just hate the general penalty itself because it just has nothing to do with the play ever. It's stupid. But at the same time, for 3 straight years, they haven't been able to figure this thing out.
Well, if you think that penalty is stupid, Zach, what about the penalty of when Jalen Hurts finally shows emotion after busting through a nice run and he just spikes the ball down and then does like a
Yeah, I got like an angry erection after that. I was like,
Yeah.
get your ass back down there. We're not happy. Like I got so much rage
I
that I
saw it.
accidentally got horny for some reason. It was weird. Like my
Yeah.
body betrayed me real quick.
I saw it.
Yeah, Dean and I looked at each other. We were like, no. It was like a sitcom.
Yes.
Mhm.
Like, surely they didn't just call that at home.
Yep.
Oh,
I know.
gosh.
The man
So
finally
lame.
what is he? 5 years now in the league? Hurts.
Yeah,
4
great draft in
fully-
2020.
4-year full starter.
4-year full starter.
Year total, yeah.
5th year
Yeah.
total. It took 5 years for him to show emotion one time, and the time he does it, they call a flag.
Yeah, I know. We've been telling him we want him to be more emotional. He finally tries to show it, and this is how he's rewarded.
And overall, I was very happy with the way Jalen Hurts played. Other than that last
Jalen Hurts
patch,
played
which is
fine.
whatever, because, I mean,
Yeah.
kind of a fucky-wucky situation. We shouldn't have been in that situation.
Exactly.
I
He's
thought he
trying.
played a great game.
You're
I
trying
thought
to
he
do
missed
too
some,
much at
he
that
missed
point.
some reads, but the reads that he missed, he ran for 30 yards during those.
Yeah. He
I think
finally
he's
had
missing
burst
Dallas- I
again.
think he's missing Dallas Goedert a lot, though. He's open over the middle, and he's just not seeing him for whatever reason, or he just doesn't trust he doesn't trust the pass. But it is nice to see him actually run with confidence and a little bit of power.
Yeah.
The first half again. I was again. Everyone on Twitter like, are his legs cooked?
You know, was it the third
Apparently
and like
not.
18? He converted. I was like, this is like week 2 against the Vikings in 2022
Which is
against
cr-
Kirk.
Which is crazy
We
because the
scored
Eagles
more
are
points in the first half than we did all game
up
in that
until
particular
up
contest.
until yesterday. The Eagles were 17-4, I believe, when Hurts carries the ball for 16 run, like when he has 16 scrambles.
Damn.
They had 7. He had 17
Well,
yesterday.
imagine those games.
They
Their
have
time of
17
possession is
He
insane.
had 17 runs.
I think so, or was it maybe
Dang.
13 carries? Whatever it was. Now they're 17-5 now. With that,
Well, shit.
I don't know. Those are what you finally had.
5 and 6
you know
after
what else is a
leading at
Ben,
halftime
Ben
now.
Simmons Instagram jump shot? Getting told every year
Jahan
that
Dotson?
this is Dallas Goedert's breakout year.
Yeah,
Dallas
every year
Goedert's
is his breakout year.
Dallas
I don't know.
Goedert
They
is
just don't really.
so
It just doesn't
irrelevant.
seem like they throw at him.
He's so irrelevant. First play of the game, Grand Calcaterra right over the middle. Okay.
Yeah, and that's when I knew it was going to be a
Yeah,
special.
I love the Grand Calcaterra series.
Yeah, but I mean, Jesus
But-
2
Christ.
catches for 90.
I don't know. Just with AJ and Devontae, like they're just gonna get all the targets when they're both playing. That's kind of my thinking.
Yes, but when
you
they're
got to
not
get creative
both
when one of them
playing,
leaves the lineup.
But when
Yeah.
they're
There's
not
no
both throwing,
creativity.
you should
Jahan
probably throw it
Dotson,
to your second
First round pick,
best receiver.
1 catch. Brayton Covey's getting more targets and more receptions.
Yeah,
than
he got
Jahan
featured
Dotson.
in the red zone.
Yeah. So did Johnny Wilson, who had an outrageous penalty, one of the stupidest penalties I've ever seen.
Which one was he?
The holding one in the red zone.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Undisciplined.
It's just a
leads
completely
me-
undisciplined team. Which is coaching.
Other than the complete, utter ghost town of a pass rush, and that fucking final defensive drive, and the ineligible man downfield, my concerns lie with the man in charge, the man at the head of this, the head of this ship, the captain of this pirate ship, Nick
Howard
Sirianni.
Roseman. Oh.
Howard, no, not Howard Roseman.
Yeah.
Howard Roseman
Howard
put this
Roseman's doing a
defense
pretty
together.
good job. I mean, you look at this roster on
These
paper,
are
you
all
should be
of
like,
his
this is
guys.
this is a Pro Bowl roster. And then
Is it a Philly?
for
is it a
some
curse?
reason, people come in here and they just don't perform well.
And that's with every sports team. Is this a curse of this city? Is we get these guys and they just
I think
forget
it's
how
a
to play
scheme
sports?
issue. I don't understand what Sirianni's clearly a product of the personnel that's here. He doesn't enhance the personnel that comes in here. We saw that last year. If his coordinators, he's not going to elevate his coordinators at all. He needs to have good coordinators in here in order to do anything. And I still don't really know what he does because they took like power away from him this year.
he's just like the motivator, and he like sets the calendar.
Okay, they're undisciplined.
Which
They
is
commit
his
stupid
his
penalties.
job.
Yeah,
Play calling, cool. Kellen
it's probably like
Moore, go for it.
situational shit. He probably does that.
Play calling, defense, cool.
So yeah,
Vic Fangio.
you call for
Ineligible receiver downfield. That should be a head coach fucking, hey, maybe don't run 10 yards off the fucking block.
Yeah,
Cam Jurgens. Jesus
I think
Christ.
Jason Kelsey taught him that. That's
that was the Jason Kelsey special.
So
Yeah.
I was counting on some of that carrying over, but 3 ineligible man downfields in one game is crazy work. Like at some point you'd be like, oh, maybe I should
So we
chill
see
here.
Can they
at the
just like
line of-
stop calling it if
chill
it's
here at the
away
line
from
of
the play?
Yeah, but that's the thing about RPOs. They don't know if it's a run or a pass, so they don't know whether they should be at the line or downfield blocking.
Yeah.
It's,
What even is the rule? They can't be more than like 2 or 3 yards downfield.
It's 5, isn't it?
5?
no, I think it's 2 yards. It's 2 yards.
Or
It's like 5
Yeah,
would be
it's 2
crazy.
yards.
5.
If it was 5 yards, then we'd be fine.
I thought it was like
Nope.
3 to 5.
No,
Yeah.
it's 2 yards.
Yeah, that was like 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
Just-
like the penalty either way because 100% of the time it doesn't affect where
The play at all.
actually
'Cause
goes.
it's completely away from the play.
The play is all the way to the left or all the way to the right. What does it matter if my center's 3 yards downfield? Nobody where that penalty is happening, nobody there is actually involved in the play. So I think it's just redundant.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to fucking fix it because it stalled so many drives. It's frustrating stuff. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's just sports and it doesn't matter. It's
I
just
can't do
entertainment.
this. I hate this,
Hook, line,
Zach.
and sinker.
I
I'm
hate-
reeling you in, bitch, and I'm going
I-
to cook you.
I fucking hate this, Zach. I hate this, Zach.
Hey, bro, nobody hates me more than me.
I
You just,
want
love,
the
you
old.
just love when he rages.
I want the old Zach, especially in a game like this, in a fucking episode like this, where you have one of the biggest collapses in the last minute of an Eagles game. I need
dog.
some fireworks. I can't be the only one that
I've
brings
been
it
on
in.
the ayahuasca
I can't have-
like Aaron Rodgers, dude.
Dean doesn't
He's
get
mad
this
chill
way.
now.
Dean doesn't get this way. I get this. Zach's now on some fucking bit. He's doing some fucking. He's been doing this 2-year bit.
No,
Yeah.
I've been doing
Yeah,
this
he-
bit for less than a year.
Yeah,
Since
he
the
does.
this-
LCS, I'm like,
He's
you know
doing
what?
this. I don't
If they
care
want to play
about
like a bunch
sports
of
bit.
losers, I'm not going to let it get under my skin.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
'em.
Let
What-
it get
what-
the fuck under your skin, Zach.
Well, then
Yeah,
I'm going to be
he's-
dead at 30.
He's
You
I know
definitely.
are.
you want
You
that.
are
I know you want
anyway.
that for the content. No, I'll be dead at 35.
Yeah,
Do it for the content of the show, Zach. Go off.
yeah.
Lose
Go
your
off?
shit. These shows are so. You're, you know.
Zach definitely has changed, though. I have noticed
Yeah, it's
in
insane.
his watching that he's a lot more calm now than he used to be.
That's
I
awful.
can't
Where's
afford
you
to be
freaking out
banging
because
my
you're
head on the
fucking-
coffee table.
You
and-
Yeah.
freaking out and your heart rate
gonna
jumping
die.
through the roof.
Yeah,
Because I'm going to
because-
die. I will
Yeah,
be
the
dead.
one year he was actually breaking the coffee table during the Cowboys game,
That's what I'm saying. That Zach needs to come back on the show.
and
That
they
needs to
won
be
the
a-
game. They won the game, and he destroyed the table.
You're
That-
going to need to plan the show without me because I'm going to be in a fucking.
You need
Medical
that. We
facility.
need that, Zach. That is
Well,
content
that Zach's
we
not going
need
to be
for
around
this.
very long.
I don't
like
give
Slim
a
Shady.
fuck.
Yeah, I know you don't give a fuck. You're here for the content. You care about
Exactly.
my well-being.
Exactly. Put fucking ego over team, Zach.
Put ego over team.
Yeah, Zach, get fake mad.
Get fake mad.
Let's try and clip farm.
Yeah, we got a clip for him.
Make a clip, Zach. Come on.
Gonna talk directly to
Lose your
Who should I
shit.
talk
Here, hold on.
directly to?
Restart. Eagles lose to the Vikings in week 2.
what was that noise?
I smacked my hand.
Oh, I thought you like fucking
He's cueing you
smacked
to
the back of
freak
your
out.
bald ass head or
I'm
something.
cueing you to fucking. We're clip farming right now. So go off.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
clip farming.
Tell me what you
Let it-
think. Tell me what you think
let
about
it
the
all
Eagles
out.
defense, Zach. Just think
Well-
prevent defense. A minute and 12 seconds left in the game. 2 plays.
Give you
End
15 seconds to get it all out.
I want to hear
Start yelling.
your the Philly sports fan, the Eagles fan, the one that's in your blood, the green that runs through your fucking veins. It's in
That's
there
gone
and it's
already.
it's burning.
Oh, it burns. Trust me, it burns coming out.
Let it come out. Let it loose.
If you want, you can also just scream into the mic for the next 15 seconds.
Probably won't hear it.
You
What
have
does really get under my skin is whenever I have to see Taylor Swift on the screen.
27 years
Yeah.
of life. One
Yeah.
of those years,
3 more to go.
It's your Chris Coast year.
has been a success in football. That's deep in there that just needs to come out. That's a long time of pain. And we watched it culminate in the last minute and 25 seconds of that Eagles-Falcons game.
Pain is a construct.
This fucking Zach sucks dick, dude. This guy fucking sucks.
He's so bad for clips.
God, he's so bad.
He's too chill and
He
nonchalant now.
is. Nobody wants
too
that shit,
nonchalant.
dude. You think Eagles fans want to sit here and if listen to this shit and just hear one guy be like, "Oh, who cares about?"
Yeah. We need to get we need to
That's
hire
what it does to you.
a Gargano.
Yeah, we need someone to lose their fucking marbles.
We need to hire a Skip Bayless to freak out so we can react to them.
Zach has all his faculties in check.
Yeah.
All right, let me
I
pull
need
out
you to
my
lose
inner.
them.
Let me pull out my inner actor real quick.
No, it can't be an interactor. It needs to be fucking real. It needs to be from the fucking heart.
From the freaking heart.
It needs to be from the freaking heart, yo.
Oh, my freaking heart. I do make cheesesteak.
What I say about my heart, I lost it long ago. I have no heart.
It makes me
It's
laugh.
gone.
You ever seen the Stavros Instagram videos after the Falcons lose?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
after the
Happy
Ravens
to that.
lose? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I've
Baltimore.
seen
He's
that.
He goes, and he's always just like, I don't get it, yo. He's like, how the frick did we lose to the freaking Vikings? He's like, this shit sucks, yo. He's like, only one person can bring us out of this hell, and that's Joe Flacco. He's like, I
bet
need you,
Cleveland's
yo.
saying the same thing.
Oh, it's so funny. That's what I
All
need,
right.
though. I need
You
like
want
a
me to go off?
real. I need the real fan. I need the real sports fan. Because right now, Zach, I think you're on fraud watch. I don't think you're a real fan anymore. What do you think, Dean?
I think this is what happened to Eminem.
Sorry,
I don't
what?
think
When he
he. I don't
ditched
I don't
his
think
Slim
he's.
Shady.
I don't think he's a real fan anymore. I don't think he feels it anymore. I think
No?
he's on fraud. I think he's on
He's
fraud
lost
watch.
it?
He might be on bum alert.
I don't know. He's just nonchalant now.
No, that's not good. That's not a real
Well,
Philadelphia sports.
Lobotomized.
It's not a real Philadelphia
I
sports.
don't know. I'm kind of a nonchalant fan.
No, but I know it.
Yeah.
I know. But
But
you're
you see,
you're
according
like
to
a
Dom, everybody needs to fill out
No.
their role.
no. You're a nonchalant person.
Thank you.
Zach has never been a nonchalant person.
Maybe it's
I think
just
he can be.
No.
my priorities have been elsewhere.
Where?
The Alien franchise.
Movies are his
fucking-
passion now. They've surpassed
Alright.
sports.
This is kidding.
I
This
think
is a joke.
Well, I
Zach-
believe I said that when the Phillies.
Do you not feel anything about these sports teams? Do you just watch these games like you're not even a sports fan?
Be honest with you, I don't
Doesn't
feel
that-
anything in general.
Doesn't that bother you?
Kind of lost the ability to feel anything.
Like when you sit there and you think about the Eagles game, it doesn't just fucking bother you that we lost
wanna
to
know what
fucking
bothers
Kirk
me?
Cousins in a primetime game at home on Nick Foles' retirement night? The man who brought you a Super Bowl
Did he do it for me?
did it for all of us.
That's true.
And this is what happens.
Back in 2017.
And they go out there and they put on a show like this.
You know what's ironic about 2017? That year, I was probably at my lowest.
Is that the last time you ever felt anything?
Let me tell you a story. 2017, 2018. I'm at this school, right? I believe it was. I don't think I should I don't think I should dox the school because who knows? They might sue me. You all know the school. You guys know the school. It's having a right old bad time down there.
It was Harvard.
Yeah, I was going.
Going to Harvard Law.
No, it was my second year at Harvard. My education. If I really wanted to put my mind to the grindstone, I could have. I was too busy getting in fights every weekend, fighting the lacrosse team, the underground boxing rings. That was my life for 2 years. Hated everybody I went to school with. My only saving grace, one man named Carson, middle name Wentz. His middle name's not Wentz. I don't know his middle name. His name's Carson Wentz.
I think it's James.
Carson Jimmy Wentz.
It is.
I believe that man briefly made me believe in Christianity or some shit like that because he was devout Christian, which is weird because he posted a lot of dead ducks on his Instagram, which is
Yeah, he
interesting. Wasn't having a great time. You know when I did have a great time? That 2017 regular season.
Yeah, dude, they
There
blew
was a little
they blew
similarity,
everybody
wasn't there?
out.
You know
Every
what was
game was a
similar
blowout.
about that season?
What?
Started 1-1.
Yeah.
Started that season 1-1. We didn't know what Carson Wentz was going to be. We didn't know if he was going to be. He's going to take that sophomore year leap. Took him a little while to get going, but when he got going, against the Arizona Cardinals, 4 touchdown passes, various third and longs converted, bombs to Aguilar, bombs to Torrey Smith, and I was like, he's arrived. He's arrived. LeGarrette Blount, the train running motherfuckers over. Alshon Jeffrey, third and long, pointing down, first down, drops the ball. And I was like, yep, I think we might be going Super Bowl. This was before I could legally drink,
Year.
Mhm.
but I was drinking.
Yeah, dude, it was our friggin' year.
And I think I remember that day really clearly. That was when the Eagles turned into something.
And then you had the Giants game.
We had the Giants game. You
I
know what
remember
number
where I
sticks
was.
out in my mind from the Giants game?
Number
It's
4,
two
yo.
numbers stuck together.
Number 4, yo.
Number 6 and number 1. That's the yardage on number 4's kick, yo. To win the fucking ball game. You know what else I remember from that game? Zach Ertz's only drop of the season in the end zone. You know what happened directly after that? They threw the same spot, Zach Ertz touchdown. Hell yeah. Then I think they played the Chargers. They won that game, mainly on the ground. And then they went on a fucking cataclysmic run, of which we haven't seen the likes of since 2022, and since we haven't seen the likes of since.
I remember that Broncos game.
The Broncos game is glorious.
I remember the J.J. Debut.
But you know what was so special about that Broncos game? Carson had 4 touchdown passes
They won by
and like
40.
150 passing yards. He was out by the third quarter. The team was clicking. I remember that game. You know why? It was Corey Clement's birthday. You know what he did during his birthday? Hat trick. 3 tutties for the GOAT.
You want to talk about having 4
My
touchdowns?
favorite number 30 in Eagles
You want to
history.
talk about a football game having 4 touchdowns by a running back?
I ain't
by
done.
running backs. Ajayi, 3 to Clement.
Everything. The passing game, on fire. The running game, on fire. Brock Osweiler, definitely not on fire that game.
The defense.
No, yeah.
54 points, I believe we put up. It's good times.
Mhm.
And they kept that thing rolling. They kept that thing rolling. And then one day, Carson dives into the end zone. I'm like, he's in. Oh, they called it back. And then he's in the pocket. I'm like, oh, he's just kind of standing there. And he just throws it. Alshon catches it. Wasn't even the intended receiver. I was like, this team's unstoppable. And then I see something that really fucking hurts. I see Carson walking around, and one of his legs, you can like see in the knee area. Shit's moving around that shouldn't be moving around. You're like, oh, that was fun. Pack it up. I'm going to go fight some fucking lacrosse douchebags.
It's really crazy what happened to his career. Like I was looking at fantasy quarterbacks, and like he's owned in like 0.1% of leagues. Like so far removed from like 4 years ago.
Who does he play for right now?
He's
Chiefs.
Back up to the Mahomes.
Wow.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He might get another one.
2 backup quarterback.
Keep going, Zach. Keep going.
Anyway,
what happens once you see that knee buckle?
when I see the knee buckle, my eyes go white. I see a flash. I see every experience I've ever gone through. I see every birthday that either one parent or both parents didn't show up. I remember playing underneath the patio, not on the patio, underneath the patio. I believe
They
I was
wouldn't let
trying
you
to
play on the
mend a
patio.
bird's broken wing or something. I think my parents had some business to do. I don't know what the fuck it was. All I know is I was home alone, and there was a bird with a broken wing, and I tried to mend that broken wing. You know what happened?
Killed it.
Didn't work. The bird fucking died. Didn't work. I think I might have actually accelerated the
How
bird.
did you try and mend it? Like what did?
So this would have been when I was about
How old were you? 10.
it's probably 12 years old.
What was your plan to heal the bird?
Duct tape the wing.
It's making
Did
sense
it
why the
work?
bird died.
It didn't work. The bird.
Its
I
wing weighed 6 pounds.
I made it a makeshift nest. Came back in 2 days. There were fucking ants and maggots crawling out of its eyelids.
You,
So I was like, "Yep."
you ran the bird a hot bath in the
For
sink.
the next,
Put it in the
that
shoebox.
prepared me for what I was going to see for the next decade plus of my life.
Did you give him
Sports-wise.
Did you give him the RICE acronym? Rest, ice, what? Elevate, compression.
Yeah, rest, ice,
Is that what
compression,
Snowden's doing with
elevate.
his
Is that what it was?
fractured foot?
Mhm.
Huh, I've never heard of that before. I thought that's what you did with your iPhone when you cracked it.
No, that you just let it
That
sit in a
too.
bag of rice.
It was like an
Oh, I
acronym.
Okay.
I think
favorite acronym
I think
is,
the athletic trainer at the high school used to always say it.
Yeah, I don't recall ever requiring his assistance,
No,
but I believe it.
you didn't go
anyway.
for a personal massage.
Yeah, our athletic trainer was Deshaun Watson. I got molested in high school. So anyway, Carson tears his ACL. I see all these flashbacks, but for some reason, that's a flashback that I go back to. Probably because it involved an injury. Now, what would really sucked is if they had like the Flyers athletic trainers and Carson actually died due to like a bone marrow infection or some shit. That didn't happen,
Wait,
thankfully.
who did the Flyers almost kill?
Everyone, Ryan Ellis.
They almost killed him?
I think they may have killed him. When's the last time you heard from him?
I don't know.
Where's Ryan Ellis been?
Telling you, dude. He's
Ellis
in one of those.
Island.
He's in
Didn't
one
the
of
Sixers
those.
almost kill somebody too?
He's in one of those Star Wars.
Zaire Smith.
Zaire Smith was fucking
Maybe.
sunflower
With
seed.
that sesame
seed.
sesame. Jesus Christ. Sesame
Whoa.
seed bullshit. Yeah. So anyway, in walks a man who I know at one point had a 27-2 touchdown interception ratio, made the Pro Bowl, won Pro Bowl MVP, set various Eagles records.
Had a 7 touchdown game against the Raiders. Oh, it was against the
Forget.
Bucks.
That was during that season.
It was
yeah.
against the Bucks. Sorry.
No, it was against the Raiders.
Raiders.
It was against the Raiders.
Then he broke the Manning's
Riley
record.
Cooper had a
Thought
day.
it
Yeah,
was against
remember
the Bucks.
good guy Riley Cooper?
He did something against the Bucks.
Upstanding citizen Riley Cooper. I think he's an upstanding citizen. Well, I mean,
His first
maybe
win
not,
was
the
against
most,
the Bucks.
maybe not the most accepting
That might have been
citizen in the world, but
He broke the record against the Raiders.
broke the record for what?
Or
Touchdown
tied the record.
passes?
The 7 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he
in the
tied
game.
it. He
tied it.
threw 7 touchdowns. And that was another point where I was like, he's arrived.
Yep.
And he just kind of didn't the next year.
Well, that was,
He was always meant to be a backup.
Well,
But in walks Napoleon Dynamite, and he looks like a seasoned veteran out there. Throwing dimes. Remember that one throw to Aguilar on 3rd down? Sealed the game. Gorgeous placement back when Aguilar remembered how to catch shit. And I was like, that was nice. We clinched our first division title in a few years. At least I could have some solace in that. And then we had the playoff game, which reminded me a lot of this last game. It was a fucking snooze fest.
until the knee.
Funny you say knee. Keanu Neal.
Yep.
Can't spell Neal without knee. We got.
The
I don't
immaculate
think we win the
knee.
Super Bowl without Keanu Neal that year.
The immaculate
Torrey Smith is like,
kneel.
thank God he didn't call a fair catch on that fucking punt because we wouldn't have been in position to kick that field goal. I remember what I was doing during that game too. I was doing like ring around the rosy around the fucking coffee table with my brother in my pajamas or something. It was weird.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first time I won a playoff game in 10 years.
And unlike yesterday, they make a goal line stand. Julio Jones, Eagle legend, can't come down with it. His foot would have been out of bounds anyway.
Thank
Jalen
you.
Mills
Jalen Mills
slips.
did nothing on that play.
No,
No.
Jalen Mills was just humping
We held him
Julio
down.
Jones' back when Julio Jones slipped. And then, I don't know what he's doing. He was looking at the ball. He never jumped.
Yeah, I
The
know.
ball was up there. He's like, ah.
Yeah,
And
just
thank
went
God
right,
he didn't
just
catch
went
it.
right through Julio's hands. He
It
didn't
went
touch
right
it.
through his hands.
And if you remember the very first game of the next season, same exact result.
But that
It
was
was
with
Ron- I think it was Ronald
that was
Darby,
Darby.
Yeah.
He was like out of the end
But-
zone.
I mean, at least Ronald Darby, you like pushed him out of bounds so he didn't come to. But regardless, not important.
Yes.
So that's the first playoff game. I'm like, we haven't won a playoff game in how long?
10.
7 years since it's been like since 2008, so like 9 years or something. And then we get to the Vikings game, and my God, I'm amped up. The atmosphere that I'm watching the game in is electric. Electric. It's me and one other dude that I don't talk to anymore. Good guy though.
Mhm.
Capelli fell asleep in his dorm room, and his roommate Brennan Ward came over and we watched it. He's a biggest Nick Foles fan I've ever heard.
Mhm.
I was calling Nick the whole time. He was dead asleep. Didn't show up until after the game. I remember that game started. Wasn't good.
Kirk went right
Kyle
down.
Rudolph touchdown. Case Keenum came
Oh,
out
it was
fucking
Case Keenum.
guns a-blazing.
That's right. It was
7-0.
Case Keenum.
And then remember, Trey Burton couldn't get his feet down.
Yep.
We had to punt. And then a little boy with big dreams and a big heart, not a big contract, number 2-1, Patrick fucking Robinson. The single greatest nickel cornerback season I think I've ever seen from an Eagle.
Brandon Boykin.
That might be up there,
Yeah, it's close.
but
That's
I
close. Yeah,
think
it's a
I
good
would
call.
give the
That's a
Super
good call,
Bowl.
Dean. Nice job.
I
Hey,
would-
high five.
It is a good call, and I will have to think about it.
I've
But
been
I
waiting
will
to pull
give
out
the
Brandon
edge.
Boykin.
I will give the edge to our boy 2-1 just because of the way the season
The
ended.
immaculate return.
Yeah.
I have to. And I remember I couldn't even. Obviously, I've watched that replay fucking hundreds of times. So then I heard how loud it was in there.
Robinson
But in the room,
needs a block.
Yeah,
Gets
then-
it.
And then
And the
Ronald,
funny thing about
Ronald
that
Darby
block,
gets
Ronald
blown
Darby
up.
gets blown the fuck up.
he died. He passed away on that play.
Yeah, I think he gets driven by like Alex Madison.
Yeah. Is Alexander Madison in the league? I don't think he was. Not at
Yeah.
that point.
I think it was
How old
him.
was Alexander Madison?
I think it was him that blocked him. I thought. No, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was him.
On the defense. Who the fuck?
No, he's on
Oh,
offense.
special teams.
I don't think it was
No, that hit Ronald Darby on the Patrick.
Yeah, I don't
Robinson
think
play.
Alexander Madison was in the league then.
I don't know.
I don't know. Look it up.
I'm gonna check that.
But yeah, look it up. See if he was on that team. But who was it? Was it Darby who got blown up? It was Darby, right?
Yeah, it was Darby.
Yes, it was Darby.
Yeah, he has a history of getting kind of bitched in that playoff run, but he returned that and it was like I could feel it right here in my diaphragm. I was like, something's changing here.
Mhm.
I can feel it. Then the rest of the game went the rest of the game, and Nick Foles looked like Joe Montana. It was beautiful. And the Super Bowl happened.
Well, we're going into detail here, right? You have the flea flicker, one of the most
Oh, you can go through all
perfect,
that. We had the
perfect.
Yeah, the flea
flickers.
flicker, the interception at the, then there was the fumble, Rodney McLeod interception at the end. All that stuff happened.
And
Also,
I tell you,
Corey Clement was a certifiable
Patrick-
pass catcher out of the
Patrick
backfield.
Robinson. You know how many NFL career touchdowns he has?
One in the
One.
postseason, so technically 0 because they usually just count those stats in the regular season.
Yeah.
One.
One very, very important postseason touchdown. He does it when it counts.
Yep.
You know who doesn't do it when it counts? Ronald Darby. But it didn't matter. You know, he gave up 3 touchdowns and like 130 yards in that Super Bowl. But I digress. We won. It's cool. We won. But what else happened in that game? Trying to remember all the touchdowns.
Number 21 on
Flea
the
flicker,
Vikings.
It was
the
Jerick
touchdown. There was a LeGarrette Blount touchdown in that game? I think there was.
In
Yes.
the Super
And it was
Bowl.
beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
It was Jerick
The game-
McKinnon, by the way.
Jerick McKinnon. Okay. Yeah, I knew it wasn't Madison.
There
But
wasn't, so-
congratulations, Jerick McKinnon, on your Super
Yep.
Bowl ring.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 2
Yeah.
Super Bowl rings. He might have been on the team last year. I don't fucking know. I don't care.
You start first quarter of the Super Bowl. You see Jake Elliott with a 25-yard field goal.
And I was pissed. I was like, we need to score. We need to go for it every time. We need to score a touchdown on every single possession.
Mm-hmm.
And at the start, it didn't seem like it, did it?
No.
What was it, 15-3? Jumped ahead. Tom Brady.
So you
Tom
have
Brady's finger failed him?
the Alshon 34-yard helmet catch.
Obviously, the most iconic catch in Eagles history.
Second quarter, LeGarrette Blount 21-yard.
The redemption touchdown against his former team.
Yep.
LeGarrette Blount, clear evidence that quitters do win.
Then field goal 15-6. James White touchdown 15-12.
And then what happened? I think we all know what happened. What Tom Brady
There's
was
a timeout.
unable to reel in. Oh, well, but what happened before that was an absolutely gargantuan Corey Clement wheel route.
Yep.
Placed gorgeously. And one of the absolute meanest stiff arms I think I've ever seen from our boy Corey Clement, the thick boy.
Mm-hmm.
I still think he should have been the starting running back after that. They never gave him the correct reps.
Mm-hmm. You know, on this specific drive, 70 yards, 7 plays, a minute and 30 seconds.
Falcons did it better yesterday. Falcons
No.
did it quicker.
But this was just diabolical.
It was, thanks to one very disgusting forearm. Stiff arm. I know Corey Clement had 3 or 4 catches for 100 yards. Only had 3 rushes for 8 yards.
Mhm.
I remember those statistics. And most of them came on the next run because I remember he was bottled up and he kept pushing because he's a fucking dog.
22-yard
Corey Clement
pass.
has got that mutton up.
Mhm.
Not mutton. Although I really could go for some mutton chops right now. Goddamn, let me tell you.
Mutton's underrated.
It is very underrated. You know what
Serve
got
it
me
at
into
bars.
mutton? Yeah, remember the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick go back in time. That's what got me into mutton.
Yeah. Could you imagine going to the bar and getting like mutton and ale
And you're sitting on
with
one of
with the
those,
boys?
yeah, you're sitting on one of those like Western saloon bucket stools that you just piss and shit in.
Yeah.
I'd love that. That'd
So
be
then
great.
what? So then what
Place would
happens,
smell
Zach?
awesome. So then we eventually keep running. There might have been some incompletions in there. We get to fourth down. And then we run what is effectively an illegal formation play that nobody knew was illegal formation because there was so much shit going on. You get a snap to Corey Clement, and I'll just say this, Corey Clement expertly fields it, sells it like he's running, tosses it. I mean, Corey Clement was the MVP of that play, if you ask me. He got the entire defense shifted over to the left side of the field. Tosses perfectly right on the numbers to Trey Burton, who doesn't throw a bullet pass,
Throws a
doesn't
feathery-
throw a little lollipop, throws a perfect touch pass. And then Nick Foles, with one athletic glove, one free hand, makes the play.
He was as butt naked wide open as Saquon was.
He was as butt naked open as Drake London was for that touchdown reception yesterday.
Anyway, continue.
So then we go to halftime. Trade blow after blow after blow. It's like Frazier and Ali, which is what I call my testicles. One hangs lower than the other. The one that hangs lower is Frazier. That's the one on the left. Trading blows.
Your left or my left?
Or my left.
No,
So
Dom's left.
my left. So you take my position in my chair, it would be my left. So it would probably be your right from where
Okay.
you're sitting. I don't know about the geometry of the whole situation. I don't know.
Dean's left.
It's all
is
reversed,
my,
probably.
Dean's left is your left, but is my right.
Precisely.
Gotcha.
My Byron Maxwell is your Namdi Asamoah to his Bryce Huff.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes
Essentially.
sense. Yep.
Got it?
Yep.
It's just hit my head. I don't know how I didn't get it.
Mhm.
Fucking dumbass.
Continue.
But anyway, Patriots come out, score that touchdown. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like Courage the Cowardly Dog. You see these fingernails? It was like this. I'm going to ham on these motherfuckers.
Mhm.
There's no fingernails left. I've eaten them down to the fucking nub.
Mhm.
I'm about to start eating my knuckles off,
Mhm.
which I need those to beat up the fucking
All right.
lacrosse bros. You know what we do? I believe it was a third down.
Yep.
Corey Clement. He
Yep.
wasn't even that open, but he was like, fuck it, dog. I'm Corey Clement. We do this shit.
Corey's
for
down there
Madden.
somewhere.
Gets his feet down. Secure. I don't care what you say. He secured the ball, got his feet down. What an answer from Philadelphia. It wasn't nearly that electric on the call. Joe Buck was more like, what an answer from Philadelphia. It was like the 2008 World Series. He hates call. For as electric as Philly championships have been, Joe Buck has audibly
Yeah.
ruined them.
Yeah, it stinks.
And Collinsworth as well. But
Joe Buck did good on the Patrick Robinson interception.
he did.
Anyway, continue.
I would say Collinsworth more ruined the Super Bowl than anybody else. That's who comes to mind for me anyway.
Well, the Al Michaels.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Joe Buck wasn't in the Super
Al
Bowl.
Michaels
but
was
I'm more
balling.
talking about the World Series, but
yeah.
that was an absolute snooze
Al
fest of a
Michaels
Super Bowl
waiting
call.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that they're still calling games is, at least, especially Al Michaels. I like Al Michaels. He's too old. And Collinsworth just sucks. Anyway.
I actually like Collinsworth.
I don't.
Here's a guy.
Look, you know who else could make that? Mahomes.
Now here's a guy.
Now here's a guy that wishes he was like Patrick Mahomes.
You sound like
yeah.
you sound like you're doing an impression of Colin Cowherd doing an impression with a backwards hat.
You see that I think you're thinking of me. That was the Colin Cowherd of Byron Maxwell's compared to Nnamdi Asamoah
Okay.
if he was in Bryce Huff's bag.
Oh, okay.
And he's Nolan Ryan's second cousin.
Was that the Colin Cowherd of
Nolan Smith. Jesus Christ. That was the Colin Cowherd of Collinsworth's as it relates to Chris Berman doing the home run derby. Back. Oh, I could have used a little bit of Berman in that Super Bowl. Oh, here's Clement.
fucking awesome.
I'm going to hear shit reverberating off of my fucking fridge over there.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. But anyway, it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Touchdown, Gronk. Touchdown, Gronk. Touchdown, somebody on the... Touchdown, Gronk!
Zach Ertz, wasn't it?
And touchdown, Zach Ertz. And for the fucking life of the one thing...
Oh, yeah. It
to
was
this
Corey
day
Clement.
that gets my blood
touchdown,
boiling. I don't know.
Touchdown,
Brother
Chris
and Craig,
Hogan.
Bodies in the end zone before the ball even comes loose.
It was
And he got 3 feet down. You stupid fuck.
It was a touchdown, Corey
I
Clement.
don't know. Mahomes would have held on to the ball. Tony, get out of the booth.
Touchdown, Corey Clement. Touchdown, Chris Hogan. Jake Elliott field goal. Touchdown,
Known
Gronk.
lacrosse player Chris Hogan.
Touchdown, Zach Ertz.
And then
Field goal.
the stop. The stop. One of my most...
I thought there was no chance
close
they were
my
going
eyes.
to
I
stop.
can see every single player on the field moving exactly where they were. And I can see, oh, there's Brady. Oh, it's a wide open check down.
Thank you, Derek Barnett.
Oh, look, another wide open check down for Tom Brady. How does this keep happening? I don't know. He doesn't get it out. Brandon Graham's in the backfield. His head's in his crotch. The ball's on the ground. Derek Barnett makes his only contribution as a Philadelphia Eagle. Ladies and gentlemen, he's worth the first-round pick. Gets the ball. I'm like, oh, my God, we get a few first downs. We didn't get any first downs. But we kicked a long 46-yard field goal. Clutch. Jake Elliott has never looked back since. Might be the best player on the Eagles right now. Who knows?
I think he was the best player on the Eagles since that.
Better than Bryce Huff? That's a bit of a stretch. I don't know. Is Jake Elliott better than Bryce Huff right now?
Could he play edge?
Comment down below if you think Jake Elliott's better than Bryce Huff.
Could he play edge?
Again, you literally cannot do any worse.
Put down in the chat if you think that Jake Elliott would have more pressures than Josh Huff right now through 2 games.
Bryce Huff.
They should switch positions for one game and see how it goes.
Josh Huff was a running back.
I'm always going to say Josh Huff because he has such a fond spot in my heart for that one kickoff return touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a really, really good sense when it comes to the firearms that he decides to own illegally.
So anyway,
But
the field goal, the stop.
He had the field goal. And I can't remember if he got iced. I don't think he got iced. I think he just kicked it. It was just they trotted him out there. I'm going like my fingernails are gone. So at this point, I got my fucking foot up here. I'm just chewing through my toenails. I started eating my boot at one point. The kick goes up. It's right down the fucking middle. And I'm like, all you got to do is not give up a touchdown. Which after watching the game yesterday, I feel like I was playing with house money, requesting that. A few scary things happen. Gronk got wide open on the right side. There was one guy over there to get him out of bounds. And then we have the Hail Mary. To this day, that ball's still bouncing around in the end zone. It's up, and I can see. And then as soon as that ball goes up, camera switches. Kobe Bryant with his 8 jersey. He's walking back and forth with his daughter. The ball lands. He goes, oh, thank God. Oh, it's 0. We won! Then Kobe passed not too long after that. But when you go to the commentator's booth, Philadelphia, this is for you! And then you got Mike Quick. Oh!
Exactly what it was.
It was just a combination of, Philadelphia, this is for you! And then I remember the following Thursday, I was at the parade, and I was fed one very important lie. This is the new norm, Philadelphia. Like, fuck it is.
That's what this whole story led
This
up
is the
to.
new yeah.
Keep going. Let it out. Now it's
satire
here.
that was.
This is the new norm, Zach.
This is the new norm. You know what's been normal since 2017 to 2018 for Philly sports?
Pain.
Fuck off! Nothing. Jokes. Well, I mean, I don't even get mad at the Sixers anymore, to be honest. Ever since was it 2021 against the Hawks? I don't give a fuck about that team. I know where they're going to end up. Flyers 2020. I had high hopes for them. I went out on the street, smashed a bunch of beer bottles, probably created a bunch of flat tires or some shit. I don't know. Claude Giroux gets traded in 2022 to a team that should have won the Stanley Cup then, and he should have stayed on that team and won a Stanley Cup with them, but he didn't. He went to the fucking Senators, and I bought a Senators jersey. The fuck was I thinking?
It's a cool jersey, though.
Following season, though. You know, this is when I really thought that what Doug Peterson said was true. This is the new norm. Remember that opening day against the Falcons? Nick Foles starting. And they run the
Who's
Philly
our big
special
who's our-
again.
who's our
They
big-
run the Philly special again.
Yeah.
Right in the breadbasket, it's Aguilar. I remember I drafted Aguilar with my first overall pick in fantasy that year. I was like, he's going off this year. He is going to become the greatest wide receiver in Philadelphia Eagles history. And it didn't really happen, but they ran that Philly special, and then they won the game in the same fucking way that they won in the divisional round the previous year. Goal line stand. And I remember Ronald Darby was a beast in that game. So many pass breakups. And I was like, this defense is elite. Jim Schwartz, my meat's out. It's yours. Take it. Have your way with me, Jimmy.
Who was our
Have
big
your way with me, Jimbo.
Who was our big acquisition that year?
They drafted Dallas Goedert.
No.
Offense or defense?
Offense.
Oh, Mike Wallace?
Mike Wallace.
Yeah, I remember very specifically. I saw a headline
Golden Tate.
after Mike.
That was later.
Golden
in
Tate was
season.
later. He was
Yeah,
a
it was trade
deadline acquisition. But Mike Wallace, I remember this is when I knew the Eagles were going to win like 3 Super Bowls in the span of 5 years since 2017. I remember I saw a headline from Mike Wallace during training camp, and it was just, quote, yo, this playbook fire, end quote. And then Mike Wallace
He
died.
played one game.
And then Mike
He
Wallace
played that
passed
game.
away. He died. I don't think he played more than like the first game. I should have brought
Only
back
90s
Oriel
kids
Green
remember
Beckham.
when Mike Wallace was an Eagle.
Mm-hmm. Since then, remember
I
that?
bet you there's a rare find of a Mike Wallace Eagles patch Super Bowl champions jersey. Remember they wore that the
Yeah.
first game.
Yeah.
Huh. I remember
Let me get
remember
that.
the first game. It was like rain delayed, so they had to delay the banner ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dean, you, Sean, and maybe not Nick. I think it was you, me, and Sean. Maybe Hermie were just in my parents' basement. That's when we watched it.
Yeah.
Number 14.
But I remember very specifically, Dom, you were also in my basement, and then everybody else was when the Danny Dimes draft. We were all rolling on the ground for
I
10
remember
minutes.
laughing.
Oh,
Mhm.
talk about something aging like wine. I remember going up to my dad, and he was like, do you realize Daniel Jones was trained by, like, Peyton Manning for one summer? He's going to be good. I was like, go back to bed, you fucking drunk. He didn't remember the
Okay.
conversation. He was in and out of consciousness. But that one quote from Mike Wallace was like, yep, we're going to be relevant every year for the next 65 years.
Nobody said about the playbook this year, so we're fucked.
Exactly.
Saquon didn't tweet out this playbook fire.
Exactly.
Means
He
it's
should
good.
have, though, because he is the entire playbook.
Means it's full of QB draws and screens to Britton Covey.
Yeah. But yeah, week 1, low scoring affair, much like yesterday, except we came out on the winning side. Defensive stand. A grinded out, real fucking 70s, 80s style win. And then week 2, Deshaun Jackson, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is like the 4-week stretch when Ryan Fitzpatrick was unfucking believable. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
The Fitzmagic era? There were
Yeah.
like 4 touchdowns.
He always beats the
Threw a
Eagles.
bomb to D-Jax.
He always
And I
beats the
remember,
Eagles.
yeah, Corey Clement scored a touchdown in that game. They never really went back to him after that. Don't really know why. I also remember Corey Clement got folded in half with some gnarly hit. Like, I thought his career was over. He got folded like this in the air. It was scary. But he came back.
Close one.
We lost, and we got scared. Week 3, Indianapolis Colts. Andrew Luck. The return of Carson James Wentz.
I think it's James.
Remember that first fucking drive? That first drive? Dot, 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 dot. Touchdown, Zach Ertz in the end zone. That was the first drive. I was like, yep, he's back.
Yep.
He's not limited at all. He did a little bit of scrambling, too. Got outside the pocket, made some nice throws. And that was pretty much it.
Didn't they like blow a lead?
Oh, yeah, they blew the lead. Carson threw a bad interception. I think he also lost a fumble. But
Yeah.
they made another goal. They made another red zone stand. Remember, there was like that shoestring tackle against Andrew Luck,
Mm.
and he went down, and then he like
Oh, yeah.
gently slammed the ball on the ground. But he's a really polite guy, so he was like,
Dang
"Good, you know what? Good tackle, guy." And then we won.
Dang it.
And then everything was downhill after that. Kind of, he started
So what is
throwing
this all? What
interceptions.
is this all
He got a back injury.
culminating to?
Pretty much just all the memories since that Super Bowl and all the heartbreak. Every moment
does
that
that-
I've had high hopes for a Philly team.
Mm-hmm.
And after this game, I was going to kind of speed through it. But I guess the overall point of all that was when I get really, really, really excited about a team, they usually do what Jalen Hurts did on that first down run, and they spike me into the fucking ground, and I get penalized for it.
Not fair.
And 2020 came. Carson Wentz era ends. Jalen Hurts shows up. You're, oh my God, this guy's great. He got out of the pocket. He threw a beautiful ball against the Saints to whoever the fuck scored that touchdown in the end zone. I don't know why I felt the need to say touchdown in the end zone. Where the fuck else would you score a touchdown? You remember that. They benched Carson. He came in, threw a nice ball. He went to his right like he likes to do, threw a nice ball, touchdown. And then it was the Jalen Hurts show from then on. We're like, yep, we found our guy. And I kind of feel like what happened to Carson is going to start happening to Hurts now. We're going to kind of run him out of town. This kind of culminates, all this culminates to the fact that the Eagles have had really good quarterbacks throughout their history, right? Cunningham, Jaworski, McNabb, Foles on and off, that one Mike Vick season. But they've never had like a long-term elite quarterback that's won anything. McNabb is like the closest thing they've ever had.
Yeah.
We thought, put all our money on it, that it was going to be Carson Wentz. Not the case. We gave this giant contract to Jalen Hurts. Last year wasn't too fun. This year, I don't know. It's been 2 fucking weeks. Who knows?
No.
It doesn't look too fun, though.
Oh, how could we forget that
3
touchdown,
picks and a fumble already.
that touchdown pass against the Saints to Greg Ward?
Of
course.
Of course, it was Greg Ward.
I believe he had like 5 catches that year. They were all touchdowns.
It
Yeah.
earned him a spot on the practice squad for 6 consecutive years.
It's my boy.
Yeah. He's a seasoned vet of the practice squad.
It
Yep.
should have been Paul Turner. It should have been Paul Turner. Remember Paul Turner?
Greg Ward,
He's preseason god.
Current Indianapolis Colt practice
So there's
squad.
all. Where's Paul Turner?
Probably not.
Anybody know?
I assume
He's
he's
He's like
gone.
working at Dick's
The
Sporting
Paul
Goods or some
Turner?
shit.
He-
Preseason Paul.
Preseason Paul is currently on the New England Patriots franchise.
Wow.
You know what? Good for him. I'm glad he's still in the league. He was always a dog.
I believe he is. 31 years
My
old.
point is,
Yeah,
from
his
being
71
promised.
his 71-yard punt return. Remember that?
Of course I do. That was probably the single greatest preseason I've seen from an Eagles skill player ever. Punt returns, massive chunk plays, receiving touchdowns. He looked like damn near Travis Fulgham for 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is the guy. And then I believe he came
Wait,
in
I
for
lied.
1 game in
He's not
2016
in
and
the
had
league.
80. You fucker.
He went to.
You broke my goddamn heart.
From the Eagles, 2017. He was the Eagle, 2017, September 2017. They released him. Tryout, reserve on the Saints in 2018. Went from the Saints to the summer, went to the Patriots, and then released by the Patriots in September of 2018. Went to the Saints in January, released January 19th, 2019. Last transaction.
So it's been 5 years since we've gotten anything from preseason Paul.
Mm-hmm.
He could be dead in a ditch for all we know.
The world hasn't been the same without him.
And here you say, oh, he's in the Patriots, French. He's somewhere in the Patriots organization. No, he's not. He's dead. Fucking dead. All right.
The perfect Merman
one
wop.
last whoop.
Imagine. Yeah, on the news, Paul Turner, former NFL football player, found dead in in Miami hotel room. What? Dodge that bullet. What?
On to the next headline.
So
On the next headline,
what is so out?
Nate Allen's been found jacking off in a fucking Long John Silver's parking lot this time.
Not again.
So On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are we this week against the Saints? Short week.
3.
I'm right in
Derek-
the middle. I'm a 5 out of 10.
Derek Carr has not scored a touchdown with the ball.
Let me tell you something. Derek Carr is also Derek Carr. And the jig will be up at some point.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about Kamara.
Kamara's going to have 400
A
yards.
million
Listen.
yards.
He's going to have a field day. So, you know what?
So whenever you get back to the dugout,
I'm going to OD on these
we're
cough
all going to be
drops.
glued to the fucking screen. Reminds you, I got to pick up that TV from Reagan's parents' house. Probably on Thursday. Maybe on Friday. That'll be the TV that I bring.
Yep.
But anyway,
And
Yep.
we will have a breakdown next week.
so then we had the 2020 season.
Yeah. I'll have a breakdown.
4
on
and
that.
12 season. Then we had the 2021 season, which started off oh so well
Oh, I
against.
thought we were wrapping it.
No, I'm speeding way. I'm gonna speed my way through this.
How is this going to come down to how you're just so nonchalant now? I think that's what the whole thing was for. I thought you were explaining the last time you were happy as an Eagles fan.
I was, but you keep interrupting it, and you keep kind of throwing a monkey wrench in the whole thing.
I'm trying to end it. Your season's
well,
going
I mean,
on for 20 minutes.
That was me kind of reintroducing the passion to it, but you keep cutting it off at every fucking moment. So you're fucking your own. You've been asking for this, and you keep cutting it off. I don't know what you want.
Go.
I'm confused
You want
with
me to
where in
go?
the timeline we are.
2021, right before 2022, right before the hope gets reinvigorated. Didn't even get into the Bryce Harper timeline yet. The Shane Gostisbehere timeline.
Yeah.
The hope for Ivan Provorov.
We're gonna need like a whole separate episode to finish this.
Just wait till he gets to the Ben Simmons one.
Oh my god.
Simmons, Did you see though that one video in 2017 over the summer? Drilled that 3-pointer.
Okay.
We're so
20
back, baby.
20
Oh, we know what happened in 2021 season. There's hope. We established ourselves as a running team, and then we get dogged by old Tommy boy in the playoffs. Wouldn't be the last time we lost to that team in the playoffs. And then we get to 2022. Probably 2022. That's when the promises started rearing their heads back around. I was like, this is what Doug Peterson was talking about. Doug Peterson's not the coach anymore. He didn't say he was going to be the coach when this was going to be the new norm. What a match. Would you say 2017 or 2022 was a more magical season?
2017.
17, yeah.
At least regular season-wise.
17.
Regular season, yeah. Probably
I don't
still
know.
17. It was good. It was close. 2022, they were crushing everybody.
Same with 2017, though.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I
Both
think I would give
quarterbacks-
the edge
both
to
quarterbacks were in the-
2017 just because of the way that Foles came in and clinched the 1 seed
Yeah.
on Christmas against the Raiders. That was fun.
The game sucks.
But that whole season was just a movie, and then 2022.
Well, yeah, that was a stinky poo-poo game.
2022 was just like some kind of a fucking pain fetish season. I keep going back because was the last time that Jalen Hurts didn't have a turnover in the 2022 season? Was there a single game in the regular season last year that he didn't have a turnover that you can remember off the top of your head? Because I can't.
I feel like there has to be one.
Was there one?
Maybe.
I know he had 15 interceptions. We know he fumbles. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he turned the ball over at least once in every game, but I don't know where you can go to find those stats right now. It would probably take too long. And I believe I drank...
Yeah. December 18th, Seattle Seahawks, no turnovers.
Nice.
San Francisco
Last
40
year?
Yeah, last year.
You mean the game we lost to Drew fucking Lock?
Mm-hmm. No turnovers. Well,
How did that game end?
when we got the
Good on
shit
him.
beat out of us against the 49ers, no turnovers.
So we just
The
need
loss
to...
against the Jets, no turnovers.
So we just
we
need to lose.
lost.
Then.
The win against the Rams, no turnovers. The
Okay.
overtime win against the Commanders, no turnovers.
The Rams.
We won 23-14.
I thought he threw an interception in that game.
No turnovers. I'm looking at it. Oh, wait. I
Yeah,
lied.
interception.
I'm looking
interception.
at defense turnovers gained by defense. Apologies.
There was
Let me
one
scroll
interception.
over. Washington Commanders, and then the 49ers game.
Okay.
All right.
I know he always balls out against Washington.
Mhm.
Our defense does not ball out against Washington ever.
Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
So you know what? Here's a little challenge to the Eagles. You want to get me back? You want to get me invested? Blow a team out. You haven't done it for almost 2 years. Show me that you want it. Same with the Phillies. You want me to be back? Give me a reason to have my heart broken.
Mhm.
There's a reason I'm this empty husk of a man. It's because of you. It's you. Phillies. Eagles. Matvey Michkov. You're beautiful. Fuck you, Sixers.
The last
Fuck
blowout
you.
was Sunday, October 22nd against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
31-17.
In the Kelly Greens.
31-17 is not even a blowout.
I would consider that a blowout.
They need to be like 20 plus.
I would consider it a blowout. But, I digress. I need, like,
That
a
was the closest thing to a
definitive fucking...
Yeah.
42-19
like-
shit smacking.
We go up against a team, and after quarter one, you're like, oh, they're rolling. Like every game in 2022. Remember, this is, ironically, before my car radio exploded, I've been a happier man since then. Since I've had to stop listening to 94.1. But 94.1, every fucking week. Remember Titans week? They were like, oh, I don't know, the Titans, they're scary. Derrick Henry, they got a pretty good defense. And then we mollywopped them.
Mm-hmm.
That's your challenge, Eagles. Do that. Beat the living piss out of a team. And I'll hop on here, and I'll be the fucking singing, dancing monkey that everybody fucking wants. But as for right
Finally.
now, you do not have my attention. The Flyers, a team that I actively hope goaltending sucks ass this season so they get a top 5 pick.
Mhm.
That's who I'm most interested in just because of Michkov. Everyone else,
I want high scoring
prove
games.
to me that you're worth my tears. That's my challenge to you, fuckers. And Sixers, you're the Sixers.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm getting out of you. Paul George, you're going to be hurt for the playoffs. Joel Embiid, you're going to be hurt for the playoffs. Tyrese Maxey, I love you, though.
Yep.
And,
We'll be in New Jersey soon.
yeah.
We won't have to worry about them anymore.
Who was the French guy that the Sixers signed?
Jawn
Yabusele or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he's cool. I was
Gershon
talking about the
Yabusele.
previous one last year. Remember his wife stayed in L.A.?
Yeah, Nick Batum.
Nick Batum.
Yeah, Nick Batum. Your wife's a bitch.
Yeah.
But other than that,
You need
your homework,
You need a reason to be back.
Eagles, your homework. Blow a team out. You win me back.
Whenever Zach's heart.
Phillies, don't collapse in the playoffs. You win me back.
Phillies
You'll probably
won,
get to the fucking World Series and break my heart all over again. Flyers, be bad. Michkov, be good. Dream season. Sixers, I'll be watching from the outside. I couldn't give a fuck. Philadelphia Soul, bring the Arena Football League back, please, because I need a winning team in this city.
Yeah.
Desperately.
Please,
And
Mom,
whatever
baby.
other fucking... what's the water polo team? The Water Dogs?
The lacrosse team.
Water polo.
Oh, I can give a fuck about them then.
Yeah, the Water Dogs. And
Yeah,
there's
fuck the Water
Union
Dogs, I
that
don't
are-
care.
Or whatever. And then they...
God damn it, are the Union bad now? We don't even have that to look back on? I thought they were like the best team in the league last year.
yeah, they're bad this year.
Son of a bitch!
We lost our best midfielder.
I don't even know what that means!
We lost...
But I'm sad.
We lost one of our best defensemen. We're going through a real big, tough time in rebuild. We don't want to...
Who's the goalie? The
Andre
goalie
Blake.
holding it down at least?
Blake's still...
Goalie
Blake's
have
still
like
there.
a...
Blake didn't... He
Sitting
didn't
there
play,
with like a 9-10 save percentage?
He didn't play for a while because he had to do a lot of his team, his country, his home team stuff in the Europa, in the whatever the European tournaments were. So
You sound
we
like
lost a lot of-
Kolosov, brother.
we lost a lot of games when he wasn't there. No, he was playing for his national team.
Oh, good for him. Why
we
don't you
lost-
play for the team that's giving you a contract?
Because we lost a lot of games with him not playing. But he's
As an
still-
avid
he's still
soccer
there.
fan, I am pissed.
And then the other team is we have the defending champions, the Phoenix, the ultimate frisbee team that won.
Right, Ultimate Frisbee. That's not the one where you're trying to like put... No, that's disc golf.
That's disc
okay.
golf.
All right.
No, those are our teams.
Yeah, we were looking into getting jerseys, right, for the Phoenix?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Which we still can do for the upcoming season.
I think we had a conversation about making those our softball jerseys, just the Phoenix jersey.
Our plan. We
Sick
talked
as
about
hell.
our plan was like we'll find every obscure Philadelphia sports team besides like the Big Five, and we'll just get their shit and become like add them to the repertoire of like of the shit we
What
talk
are you?
about.
Hold on. What do you mean by Big Five?
The main 5 sports.
Eagles, Phillies, Flyers, Sixers.
The MLS is a
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
funny.
Go on, Stephen A. Smith. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Funny.
It's
But that
no
is
big
the
deal.
fifth.
Okay.
That
Okay.
is the
Okay.
fifth.
I'm sorry. Soccer. That's right. I forgot about
That
that.
is
They
the
play under a bridge like trolls.
That is the 5th sport.
I know a lot of people like soccer out there, but I treat it like
Okay.
Stephen
So,
A. after Cowboys
we
lost.
got to wrap this. All right. So,
fucking soccer.
Thanks for listening to thanks. All right, I'm wrapping this up. Thanks for listening to the show. Listen next week. And see you guys next week.
That's wonderful.